the question was whether I had any advice for President Macron as outgoing G7 chair. The short answer is no. In the following respects, obviously he's an extremely experienced statesman. Has known, for example, the question was specifically with respect to President Trump. They've known each other. They were both presidents during Mr. Trump's first term, and I believe that President Macron's style, which is direct, it's concrete, and it's ambitious, is well suited to making progress with all G7 partners, very much including President Trump.
When you consider that in your speech in Davos, you had called on middle powers to band together, and then even today you spoke about a world dominated by hegemonic powers. How do you see that playing out within the G7?
Yeah, I think, to be clear, and if you look at the speech, I've never advocated that all of a sudden there was going to be a band of middle powers, the M20 or something like that. But the point that I made, and I think you do see this concretizing, if I can invent that verb, hopefully it's a verb, you can double check that, David. You see it concretizing in our bilateral relations between Canada and France and relations with Europe. So just to recap one element of Davos, which is we talk in terms of variable geometry. So different partnerships with different groups of countries for different issues. Sometimes it's for outcomes, like the Coalition of the Willing, peace in Ukraine, sustainable peace in Ukraine. Often it is in bilateral relations, building up what we call strategic capabilities. So in areas, the obvious ones are in energy, in food, defense, but it also extends into artificial intelligence, in the future quantum, space technologies, certain elements of defense technologies. And so a lot of what we've been doing over the course of the last year with France, and others, but very much with France, has been deepening those relationships. So for example, in critical minerals, there are 12 critical minerals and rare earths that are on France's top priority list. We can supply 10 of those in volume. And so there's a series of discussions, and some of this is moving to transactions where we'll supply. So I don't go, I'm looking forward to this summit, and I'm looking forward, as I should add as well, last point, the broader participation that will be at the summit, everyone from Kenya through to the UAE who will be there at the broader outreach. That's an important component of this, because the G7 is not running the world. It's important, but it's not running the world.
What will your approach be when speaking with Donald Trump about the ongoing crisis escalation in Iran? And previously you had said that Canada was open to looking at ways to contribute to opening the Strait of Hormuz. Is that something that's still on the table? And is Canada willing to make some sort of commitment coming out of this summit on that?
I just, if I may clarify, and I think I did say it this way, was that Canada prepared to contribute, and we remain prepared to contribute to, once the strait is open, to maintaining the opening of the strait and the guarantees in and around that, and there's various ways to do that. I expect, I'm hopeful, maybe is the best way to put this, that there will be additional progress in terms of establishing a cessation of hostilities and something for the G7 and the main countries from the region, not all, but the main countries of the region, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Egypt coming to the special session for those discussions. And Canada we will look to do our part so that we can support a broader effort if the moment is presenting itself. There's still a few days to come for that. I would make a final point, which is I would just underscore the link to Lebanon, the situation in Lebanon, the war effectively in Lebanon, and the need for that to be part of the broader solution.